Hey friends, happy Friday. Scott Smith with the Smith team at Keller Williams. Wanted to share with you some insight on what you might have been hearing in the news about what is the scoop with this real estate lawsuit that you've been hearing about. Kind of in a nutshell, about 4 or 5 years ago, there was a lawsuit that was filed in St. Louis, Missouri District Court that there were some sellers that were suing a brokerage, and they just felt that they were not represented and given the correct options. And that lawsuit evolved into class action status, and it has certainly changed the way that we are doing real estate at a national level. Quite honestly, it really doesn't change as much of how we're doing real estate in Minnesota because we've actually been a lot more transparent and above board with our disclosures and our compensation. But there are going to be a few changes coming down the pike for us in Minnesota because this lawsuit affects everything nationally. It was actually settled by the National Association of Realtors to move forward with it. The biggest things that were changed with that is how real estate commissions are paid and how real estate agents are compensated through seller or buyer representation. The biggest thing is that traditionally we would have broker fees that were paid by the seller, and then there was a finder's fee portion of that that was paid to the buyer's brokerage. And that is no longer going to be the case. In July of this year, that's going to be changing. They're basically unbundling that. So the seller side is going to be separate from the buyer side. There's ways that we can structure a contract and a purchase agreement to roll those compensation costs in for the buyer's agent and representation. But for the most part, we are not able to pay buyer's agents through the seller side commission. So it's actually kind of going back to the way things were pre-1990 across the country. And the way that commercial real estate, quite honestly, is being done all the time right now. So that's probably one of the biggest changes that we're going to see and it doesn't impact so much what real estate agents gets paid. It's more so how they get paid. So it's kind of call it kind of a logistics change within the brokerage fee system. So the second item is the buyer representation. So with this lawsuit, there was a little bit more teeth to having more stronger buyer representation. And now part of this lawsuit is that all buyers, when they're going to look at a property, they need to be under contract with an agent, unless it's an open house, public open house. But any showings that are going through the MLS through agents, that agent or that buyer must have a buyer representation contract. So it's kind of like the way that we've done business for many years. We do a formal buyer consultation to make sure they're on the same page, educate our clients on how to navigate that process. But now the National Association of Realtors is upping their game and making sure that everyone is held to a higher standard. So what is going to change with that? Certainly it's having a large impact nationally on how agents and buyers and sellers are doing business. Quite honestly, it's going to probably eliminate a lot of the bad apples and the part-time agents that maybe sell 1 or 2 homes a year. And it's actually going to elevate the level of professionalism within our industry. So we're looking forward to that. We've always held a high standard for our clients and look forward to helping them through these changes. But it is certainly going to make the transition during the transition period, going from the old way of doing business to the new way of doing business. There's going to be some bumps along the way, and it's going to be a lot more complex to navigate any real estate transaction. So who you have on your side certainly makes a difference. We're up to speed with how what we can expect. It's going to be changing a little bit of how we do business, but more so, like we said, it ups the level of professionalism. So we are here to serve our clients at a high level as always, and look forward to helping you or anyone you know that might be looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And we'll be in your corner all the way along the journey, all the way up to closing and beyond there. So certainly reach out to us, 651-777-3434. Be happy to help and help you navigate that process. Take care. Have a great day.